In Birbhum district of West Bengal lies the town of Bolpur. Bolpur is better known to the world as Shantiniketan, or the abode of peace. Shantiniketan houses the world-famous Visva-Bharati University. At its core, Visva-Bharati is an ashram in which the ancient Tapobanic style of learning prevails today. Maharshi Debendranath Tagore, the father of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, started a Brahma Vidyalaya and a library in 1888. In 1901, his son Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore founded the Brahmacharya Ashram in conformity with the example that his father had set. This Brahmacharya Ashram grew into the Patha Bhavan in 1924, where students learn out in the open among the mango trees.
So by being part of this natural ambience, I think Gurudev had in mind that the children will develop some kind of affinity, some kind of love for the nature or the ecology surrounding them. So I think it is basically a heritage in the sense that Gurudev imbibed that spirit of Tapoban Shiksha and articulated that in the form of Patha Bhavan in 1924, and that has been continuing even today.
As an ashram, Visva-Bharati functions as a bulwark against the crushing homogenization effected by modernity, which is why it deserves to be cherished and commemorated as heritage.
We have identified about 24 buildings which were made about 100 years ago. So this is basically a declaration of heritage center only of the ashram area. And as you know, ASI has made a distinction between core area and the buffer area. And the core area happens to be the ashram, and the buffer area happens to be those which are outside the ashram area.
The existence of Shantiniketan and Visva-Bharati is revolutionary. It is important to remember that Shantiniketan was envisioned by Maharshi and Gurudev as a social, political, religious, cultural and pedagogical alternative to existing forms of life in their respective contexts.
Government of India, especially our Chancellor, the Honorable Prime Minister of the country, Sri Narendra Modi ji, our Education Minister, Honorable Sri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, our Culture Minister, they are all taking personal interest simply because Visva-Bharati doesn't belong to Bengal. Visva-Bharati doesn't belong to India. It belongs to the globe.
Shantiniketan has retained its revolutionary character over the decades, and it is a testament to the power of its founding ideals that it withstands and indeed welcomes creative interpretations of Gurudev's legacy and vision. History is the chronicling of change, and so heritage is never static. Making the campus a heritage site will not freeze it in time. It will instead reaffirm the dynamic, living character of Shantiniketan and Visva-Bharati.
Once Visva-Bharati becomes part of global heritage, it will not just become the structure which is important. I am not talking about the structure which was built 100 years ago. I am also insisting at the same time on the philosophy. And the philosophy is that tena taktena bhunjita, atra visham bhavatika nidam, and vasudhaiva kutumbakam. These are three important dictums which we derive from Upanishad, which talk about universal humanism.